Compound meters. The beat is divided into three parts. We're going to use 6/8 as an example. When we look at the time signature, it does tell us that there are 6/8 notes, as you see here. But there are only two beats in a measure. So what we do when we look at the time signature, we look at the top number, we divide it by 3, and that gives us the number of beats in the measure. Then we take the bottom number, put a 1 over it, translate that into a note, it's an eighth note, and then we multiply or combine 3 of those into one note. So if we tie 3/8 notes together, we get a dotted quarter note. And remember that a dot adds half the value of the note that it followed to the note that it follows. So a quarter note with the dot is the same as a quarter note tied to an eighth note, and a quarter note is the same as 2/8 notes tied together, so a dotted quarter note is 3/8 notes. So in 6/8, we have, as the unit of beat, a dotted quarter note, and there are two of them. Now, if we're just saying the rhythm with ta, it's just going to be like any two beats. It could be 2/4, it could be 2/2, it could be 2 whatever. You can't tell until you start hearing the beats divided, and whether they're being divided into halves or into thirds. So it sounds like this. Do it with me. Ta, 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 ta. And if we count with numbers, we do just like we did in simple meters to say 1, 2, 1, 2. When we're dividing the beat into eighth notes, then we say either ta 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 ta, or we use a system where we say a number on the first beat, and then on the two subdivisions, primary subdivisions, we say la and li. So 1 la li, 2 la li, 1 la li, 2 la li, 1 la li, 2 la li. Now, sometimes the beat's not divided into three parts, but we may glue two of those parts together. And in this case, we've got a quarter note followed by an eighth note, and a quarter note followed by an eighth note. This is a very common rhythmic figure in compound meters. It's short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. If we say it with ta, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. You could visualize it better, I think, if I don't have my finger over the flag. And in the 1 la li, 2 la li system, we won't say the la's because there's not a sound on the la. So you can imagine the la, but we'll only say the 1 li, 2 li. So say it with me. 1 li, 2 li, 1 li, 2 li, 1 li, 2 li, 1 li, 2 li. Now, in the dictation that I'm about to do for you, all the rhythms will be one of the ones that we just did. So if this is confusing to you at all, I would go through this 2 or 3 times and say the rhythms along with me so you are getting them in your system.